He get fired by Gervonta Tank Davis.
This guy's a clown.
Gervonta Tank Davis is once again at the center of boxing discussions, this time due to his fiery fallout with longtime promoter Leonard Ellerbe. The two have officially parted ways, ending a partnership that began in 2015 and played a pivotal role in Davis's rise to superstardom. While their professional relationship is over, reports suggest their split was far from amicable and even came close to turning physical. Boxing insider Rick Glazer confirmed the separation, writing in a post on X, formerly Twitter, "Leonard Ellerbe has been fired by Tank Davis." Glazer called the move a step forward for Davis, even joking that Ellerbe might find a landing spot at Premier Boxing Champions PBC with Steven Espinoza. While Davis has remained relatively quiet about the situation, those close to him suggest this was a tense and emotional departure. Insiders claimed Ellerbe was unhappy about the decision, with some even suggesting he lashed out verbally after being cut loose. Ellerbe was a significant figure in Davis's career. He helped transition the Baltimore native from a promising young fighter into one of the biggest stars in the sport. With Davis now in full control of his career, it seems the boxer felt the time was right to move in a new direction. However, the fallout between Davis and Ellerbe goes beyond a simple business split. It represents a larger shift in Davis's career strategy. Over the past few years, Davis has steadily distanced himself from the figures who were instrumental in his early success. He already runs his own promotional company, GTD Promotions, and this latest move solidifies his desire to operate more independently. Still, the timing of the split has raised questions. Davis is currently preparing for his next fight, which has already experienced multiple delays. Originally scheduled for December 14, 2024 at the Toyota Center in Houston, his bout against Lamont Roach has been postponed to March 1, 2025. Roach, a former WBA super featherweight champion, is moving up in weight to challenge Davis. However, the matchup has been met with criticism from fans, many of whom feel Roach is not a significant challenge for Tank. Instead, they're calling for Davis to take on bigger names in the division, such as Devin Haney, Shocker Stevenson, or Teofimo Lopez. The delays and criticisms aren't the only complications. Davis's decision to part ways with Ellerbe leaves his future somewhat uncertain. Ellerbe, who was once the face of Mayweather Promotions, played a key role in ensuring Davis's fights were major events. Under his guidance, Tank's career was strategically mapped out, with fights designed to maximize both earnings and public interest. Fans and analysts are now left wondering whether Davis's current team can replicate Ellerbe's business acumen and maintain the same level of success. Ellerbe's departure also removes a key advocate for Davis in the boxing world. Ellerbe was known for his confidence in Tank's abilities, often declaring him the best fighter in the lightweight division. He wasn't shy about dismissing the competition, once telling Boxing Scene, "None of these guys can play with Tank, not one of them." Statements like this fueled fans' belief that Tank could dominate and clean out the lightweight division. Ellerbe was also vocal about wanting to secure high-profile matchups for Davis, including a potential unification fight with Shocker Stevenson, one of the most anticipated matchups in boxing. Without Ellerbe leading the way, the question now is whether Davis can still secure fights against the division's top contenders. In boxing, securing big-name opponents isn't just about skill. It requires navigating a complex web of promoters, networks, and management teams. Ellerbe's ability to handle these intricacies was one of his strongest assets. Without him, Tank will need someone equally adept at managing the business side of his career. The fight against Lamont Roach, originally intended as a stay-busy bout for Davis, has become a point of frustration for fans. Many see the matchup as a step down for Tank, a fighter with a perfect 30-0 record and 28 knockouts. Critics argue that Davis needs a legacy-defining fight to cement his place among boxing's all-time greats. While he remains one of the sport's most electrifying fighters, the lack of marquee names on his resume is a recurring criticism. For Ellerbe, the split marks the end of an era. He was instrumental in Tank's rise, ensuring his fights were not only exciting, but also financially lucrative. Ellerbe's departure leaves a void in Davis's career, especially in terms of strategic planning. The lightweight division is stacked with talent, and fans are eager to see Davis take on the likes of Shakur Stevenson, Devin Haney, and Teofimo Lopez. Without Ellerbe's guidance, it remains unclear how quickly Davis can secure these high-stakes matchups. Ellerbe's absence may also leave Davis more vulnerable to criticism. As a promoter, Ellerbe was quick to defend Tank against detractors, whether they questioned his fight choices or his financial claims. Recently, Davis sparked controversy by claiming he earns 5 times more than Devin Haney. Ellerbe was among the first to defend him, dismissing critics and emphasizing Tank's marketability and drawing power. Now, without Ellerbe as his vocal advocate, Tank may face increased pressure to prove himself in the ring. Despite the challenges, Tank's star power remains undeniable. His last fight, an 8th-round knockout of Frank Martin in June 2024, showcased the devastating power that has become his trademark. But as critics continue to call for him to face tougher competition, Davis will need to balance his desire for financial success with the need to solidify his legacy. The lightweight division is brimming with elite talent, and Tank's ability to navigate this competitive landscape will determine how he's remembered in the sport. Adding to the intrigue is Davis's history with Lamont Roach. The two first faced off as teenagers in the amateur boxing scene over 13 years ago. At the time, Davis defeated Roach 14-6 in the Junior Olympics Regional Championships. Both fighters have come a long way since then, and their upcoming bout offers Roach a chance at redemption while providing Davis with an opportunity to showcase his dominance. Roach, now 29, is confident in his growth as a fighter. In a recent interview, he reflected on how much he has matured since his amateur days, emphasizing his improved skills and adaptability. "I'm more mature now, a better boxer than I was before," Roach said. Despite acknowledging Tank's formidable power, Roach believes he brings a unique challenge to the fight. He's determined to prove that he's a different fighter than the one Davis defeated years ago. Davis, for his part, has also recognized Roach's growth, but remains confident in his ability to neutralize any threats. "We'll figure out whatever he's best at and take it away from him," Davis said, showcasing the self-assuredness that has become a hallmark of his career. The stakes are high for both fighters. For Davis, this fight represents another opportunity to solidify his standing as one of the best in the world. For Roach, it's a chance to make a name for himself by defeating one of the sport's most feared competitors. However, with Ellerbe no longer in Tank's corner, the outcome of this fight and its impact on Davis's career feels more uncertain than ever. Fans are now left wondering what the future holds for Davis. Will he finally take on the top names in the lightweight division, or will his career stall without the guidance of a seasoned promoter like Ellerbe? As Tank embarks on this new chapter, the pressure is on him and his team to make the right moves. Ultimately, Davis's legacy will depend on his willingness to face the toughest challenges in his division. While his marketability and knockout power have made him a star, true greatness in boxing is defined by taking on and defeating the best. With the lightweight division more competitive than ever, Davis has the opportunity to cement his place in history, but only if he's willing to take the risks necessary to achieve it.